illegally entered my car, and I'm being forcefully removed.
Take a look at me. I'm a fucking specimen right here, buddy.
Sir, I'm
in no... on my last
My hands are up on camera.
All right?
I'm in no threat.
You're going to get your ass whooped in front of fucking Lord and all creation. I'm going to give you one more chance.
I'm being threatened.
You can bring that with you. I'll let you film the whole thing.
I'm being threatened right now.
I'm giving you a chance.
I am not doing anything.
I'm giving you a chance.
I feel unsafe, and I'm in no threat to these three officers. My hands are up. I am doing nothing wrong to provoke anybody or anything. Making sure this is all recorded. I've just been threatened by a lawful officer. I have just been threatened by a law officer as two other officers stand by and say absolutely nothing. Willing to participate. My passenger door was open. My driver door was open. I have it on camera. He rolled my window down to do so.
I'm giving you to the count of 3.
Sir, this is all on camera. I am not resisting. I'm making sure it is being known. I am not resisting.
Okay.
My hands are up. One hand on this camera.
Come on,
my seatbelt is being arrested.
As long as your hands are up, that's fine.
I'm not resisting.
As long as your hands are up.
I was unlawfully. Sir, please do not touch me, sir.
Keep your phone out.
Sir, please do not touch me.
See, that's where we're coming to a disagreement.
It's not about
I'm giving you to the count of 3. Don't do this.
Sir,
do it.
I'm not touching this officer. It's on camera. My hand is by my head.
I'm
being threatened.
Now you're under arrest. Now you're under arrest for disobeying the law of an officer. I'm giving you to the count of 3.
This officer has threatened me, and I'm making it known I am no threat to this officer. I've been threatened.
Watch the show.
My life is in danger. My life is in danger.
How do you like that? How do you like that? Huh? Put your hands up. Put your hands. Yes, you are.
Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, Kol Halal Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Rakwakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. And shalom to the brothers out there on the highways and byways, north and east, abroad, all around the world through the spirit and power of our Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So here it is. What you had was that Jake, you know what I'm saying, pretty much resisting this officer, you know. He said that, you know, he felt threatened. Well, it's not known what was the situation, but you know what I mean. But how that Jake reacted wasn't wise, you know, because how are you gonna fight an oppressor that is ruling over you, that has to rule over you? You know, pretty much, you know, you don't have any power to fight against these Edomites, these devils. And clearly, the more he ignored this devil, you know, the more agitated and the more angrier he got. You could just see by his facial expression, you know. He was all turning red. He was getting angry because the oppressor doesn't like the fact that the slave is actually resisting him, you know. It'll be just like us. If Esau starts to resist us in the kingdom and don't want to comply to what we say or our demands, of course we're going to get mad and we're going to use force against Esau. This is why it's wise, you know what I'm saying, to agree with thy adversary. You know, this is why it's wise, you know, to do what he says. You know? Here it is, you know, you have this Jake want a clout chase and all of this bullshit, but you know, you gotta use your head. You gotta use your head. You know these devils have the rule over you. You know you're no match against these devils, so agree with thy adversary, you know. Just listen and do what he says, you know. That's the only way to de-escalate the situation, because there's no way you could fight this Edomite, especially if he's has some sort of an authority, you know, muzzle to muzzle. You know, it's just madness. You know, that shit was over before it even began. You know? So, pretty much, you know, that's what that Jake gets, you know? I don't feel any sympathy or any kind of feelings for him, you know? He should have just automatically complied, you know, no matter what the situation was, because there's no way you could fight against these Edomites. They're in power. Esau, this is his kingdom. He's in power. You know? So this is why you gotta agree with our adversary. You know what I'm saying? This is what the Lord said. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 25, and it reads, "Agree with thine adversary quickly while thou art in the way with him." You see? The Lord said, agree with thy adversary quickly, you know? Because this Jake didn't agree with the adversary quickly, you know, he only made him even more mad, you know? Especially a Jake, you know, you already know these Edomite cops have this perpetual hatred, you know, for Jake. You know, you could already see in his face. You know, if he had it his way, he would have probably shot and killed him. You know, if he had it his way, because you could just see in that Edomite spirit. You know. Then once he pulled him, grabbed him by the neck and pulled him out of the car, you know what I'm saying? He was like, "How do you like that, nigger?" You know? So you can see the hatred, you know? But it would have been wise for him just to agree, you know? And that's what he's probably in jail. Because he said, now you're under arrest. You know, this is just a prime example. Instead of just cloud chasing or doing the bullshit he was doing, he should have just agreed quickly, because this is what the Lord said. That wasn't wise. You know, he was more into cloud chasing than he was, you know what I'm saying, agreeing with the adversary. You know. And don't get me wrong, we are oppressed every day by these devils, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, if he had the knowledge and the wisdom and understanding, if he had the knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, he would have just agreed with his adversary. But because he didn't, you know what I'm saying, he was forcibly removed and tossed into prison and arrested. So let me read this again. Matthew chapter 5, verse 25. Agree with thine adversary quickly while thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. And that's what happened, you know, because obviously now that he's arrested, he's gonna have to appear before a judge, you know, and then be cast into prison. And that's what happened to this Jake, you know. Instead of just being smart and wise, you know, and obeying the adversary. Because right now we don't have the power to fight against these devils. We're powerless, you know. And this is why it's important for us as, you know, us as a people to come back to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, you know. But since our people lack wisdom and destroyed for lack of knowledge, you know, these are the kind of things that happen to them. They get delivered into the hands of their enemy. You know, the Most High delivers them into the hands of their enemy. You know, for being disobedient and hard-headed. That's why we're in captivity in the first place, because of disobedience and being hard-headed. You know. So let me just read this one last time, and I'm just gonna end it there. Matthew 5 verse 25. Agree with thy adversary quickly while thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. You know, so pretty much I don't feel no sympathy. That's what that Jake gets, you know. But all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles, shalom to the Yakim all around the world, pushing this world sincerely.